Alright, everybody, how are you doing today? Um, I've been away for, 3 days now from streaming. 1.5 of those days was because I was making the video for Warzone, and it took me a bit longer editing than I expected. The other day, let me actually pull this up. Where's that? Yo, can you? Thank you. Let me make this smaller. Okay, the other day, let me do a window capture over here. Properties. Steam. There we go. The other day and a half, right? So yesterday and a bit before. Why is it not showing? Yeah. As you can see, just above me, 18.9 hours. I started playing this game 2 days ago. It's so mega addicting. So they got me. Yeah. I got. Let me actually close Steam because it can sometimes start doing a download and I don't want it while I'm streaming. So yeah, that's my excuse. Not a good excuse, but that's kind of what happened. The game is actually really well made, to be fair. But it is a gacha game, so I'll probably not be playing it much longer. I'm just playing the story and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, today I kind of want to try and figure out the grouping part. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Because right now, without proper grouping, the build will not do more than 102 or 103. If I can figure out the grouping for the build, we might be able to push it a bit further, potentially. So we need to figure that out. Now, before anything, where the hell is my... Oh, God. Why do I have so many tabs open? There. Wait, it's not this one. Okay, where the hell? Oh, I had a YouTube, a PewDiePie YouTube video up. I think I'll need Okay, where's my mixes? I literally woke up like not even an hour ago. I started. I hate, and then I started the stream. All right, it's a bit scuffed today. Yeah, Twitch Shy does have the music. Alright, let's start picking a boss anyway. I'm just helping my cat get under the covers. Oh. Like, you just keep scratching the bed, trying to pull the covers up. If you don't help them, so... I'd rather not have, like, torn, bedding, you know? I need to actually update my Twitch title as well. God damn. So much scuff today. Let me pull the YouTube. Wait, what? I'm like killing the boss, messing with things, like in between the stream, you know? If you don't have unstoppable, don't get in front of that, or else he's just gonna die, by the way. Okay. Okay, the YouTube side needs to be updated always for some reason. There we go, it's updated. I still need to look at the comments on the... I didn't have the time to look at the comments on the build guide, so that's something I have to do. Is Whirlwind strong yet? I mean, I've cleared it with this build. I've cleared 100 with the build. I'm trying to make it to 105. I'm not sure if it's going to be able or not. Because right now we're lacking a lot. We have a lot of problems when it comes to grouping. So that's kind of what we're going to try to fix today.
I forge more than horseshoes.
If we'll be able to do it or not, that's a different question. Let me actually grab the... Let me actually grab the link to the pit clear. There we go. Let me actually make a bot command for that. So, new command, exclamation mark, pit 100. And then we're just gonna post a link. That should do it. Let me give that to the Twitch side as well. Okay, new command. There we go. Exclamation mark pit 100. Oh no, yeah. Ooh. Alright, it's updated for the Twitch side as well. Need to add that to the title. Let me... 100, there we go. Okay, the YouTube title is updated, and now for the... There we go. Oh. Now, again, for the pooling, we have a couple of options. Right now, we're running the Vortex here. I'm considering using the Starfall here, even though it's very bad at proccing Fractured Core and Bloody Charm. I'm considering using the Celestial Surge to group enemies in. That's an option. Alternatively, I could just go with like Disintegrate to be able to more easily proc Fractured Core. Because when you're pulling like 1 or 2 packs, Astral Pillar is good enough and it has better lucky hit. But when you're pulling a big pack of enemies, since they don't bunch up too much, the Astral Pillar will just be firing on all different directions, and just will sometimes not hit the guys that need to be disabled, right? I mean, there's nothing like testing things out, right? Like, just what it is, so... Let's put this in, let's take that out. We'll actually put the size increase, so the pool is a bit bigger. And since the execute is not procced properly anyway, I'm just gonna take it out and put this one in. This gives the Starfall an additional pull, which should be cool, I think. Let me actually craft more incenses. We're gonna need a couple more. Should I be using the... I'm gonna keep using this one, whatever. At this point, I could probably go with Ancient Times to get a bit more strength. I might not need what the rest of the stats give me. But to prevent missing like a couple of crit and stuff like that, I'll just go with this since I know it works. Me actually... Well, that's Echo. Don't want that. Actually, lower a bit the music on the Twitch side. Nice. Ah! 105. Nope, not yet, not yet. We're gonna test this out on a 100. We're still gonna fish a bit. We're still gonna fish a bit for a good layout. I'm not sure if I want to... I could potentially just fish for desert. The only problem with the only problem with Starfall, right, is that I have to have it on my ultimate. And as you might imagine, I don't want to not be using my ultimate. Like 24/7. Yeah, it's really bad at disabling the DR mobs as well, which might be a reason I don't use it. This is just a test, we're not completing this dungeon. Like, it pulls enemies in quite well on top of the vortex, right? But I think simply the fact that it cannot disable the DR mobs often enough, it just disqualifies it, you know? I might just have to go with the disintegrating beam. The reason I didn't went with the disintegrating beam to begin with is because it's really awkward with, since it's damage over time, it's really weird to proc the lucky hits on it as well, because, by the way, your lucky hits here, they can proc from this stuff. Which increases your damage. That's one of the reasons I was running the pillar instead of disintegrating ray, because it has better lucky hit. And when it comes to lucky hit on damage over time, I don't know enough to actually explain it to begin with, but it's really awkward. And it doesn't work as you'd expect it. Is the best way for me to say this. But this power should be much better at disabling the DR enemies. As you can see, the guy is almost always disabled, right? But I don't have as great of a grouping as I had before. Look, he might attempt to finish this clear. But it seems like it's going to be a good one, so... why the hell not, you know? Are the jewelers here? Do I not have the gem? When recording the video, I messed around with the gems a bit, but... The only thing here is that you need to actively be looking to disable the guy. It's not as passive as the other one. Okay, the jeweler just spawned. Oh no, that's actually the perfect timing. I was just not looking at the timing properly. Oh well, I could have pulled another pack potentially, but... Oh well. I just didn't expect to clear that first pack so fast, you know? Should have an elite pack over here, yeah, and we should have another one. No? There's no pack in there, so... Weird. I guess there's just no pack over here, and there has to be one down here, yeah. One over here, and there needs to be a third one down here somewhere. Question is where? And over here. Well, I pulled the VR pack accidentally. I didn't need to. Oh well. I can disable them somewhat well right now, so... And the thing with the disintegrating beam as well is that it doesn't allow me to be on top of the enemies. You know? I need to be a bit to the side, which means I cannot hit as much with the whirlwind. At least when I'm doing the disabling, you know? What's up, Rafael? How are you doing? My timing on the Jewel Guardians have been awful, mostly because I'm not paying attention to them. I'm just trying to figure out the clear kind of side of things, you know? And we still got the great timing already going. It's much more consistent at executing as well. The penitent goods for 25% damage? I mean... Why? Like... I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly what the boots are, but aren't those the stump? No, that's the 100 steps. Actually, which one is the penitent boots? Actually... Okay, this is gonna be a bit hard grouping, because there's a reason you don't normally take this map on the first level. It's because this stairs and doors, it's really hard to actually group anything here. Right, look at that. Ah, we're kinda doing it. Ish. Following Soul into 4 bosses with lunging Grat. As long as you get some decent gear, don't even need good gear. Eventually, it becomes super easy to do. which is cool. I mean, right now my boots have ranks to Warcry and a bunch of strength. Where's the DR guy? I can't see him. Yo, am I blind? Where the hell? I mean, there's a bunch of numbers, but... Is it just hidden somewhere here? Oh, it's just over... Oh, it's bugged on the wall. Are you serious? Can I pull him out? See, the guy's bugged inside the wall. This run was going so well. Look, I can kind of see him whenever I get in here. You notice? I think I finally killed him, but the guy was like stuck inside the wall there. If I'm by myself, I'm thinking about transitioning to Whirlwind. Yeah, Whirlwind, it's better to be a secondary build anyway, so yeah, that's good. But yeah, this one was like a bad layout and bad mob type, and we're still gonna make it in time. But you need transition from launching to Whirlwind? Mostly just the uniques. You need to get the uniques, right? Which are somewhat different. Some of them. You use some that are the same, to be fair. And you need to have maces with fire proc, right? So I would say farm around with lunging until you get the uniques, but most importantly, also like you're able to roll the damage proc on your 2 maces. Because getting a good fire damage proc there will increase your damage a lot, right? So it is somewhat important that you get that. I think I'm gonna have to disable the numbers. Because with this power, I have to play a lot more tactically. Did I really get the spawn over here? Actually, that might be fine. I have to play a lot more tactically, right? Which means I kinda need to see what I'm doing. Will this be enough? I should not have come back to check that corner. I should have just gone ahead. But again, this one I'm not taking too seriously. I'm just testing things out, so I was not paying attention to the timer and anything. Yeah, we're gonna have to kill something else. Just need to kill a couple of trash over here. I'm not even gonna touch that pack over there. I don't need to. There we go. Some ads, please, and thank you. There we go. We're gonna have better timing on over the clear I already had. Even though the clear was pretty decent, to be fair. The boss was almost perfect. I think maybe it was perfect. I'm still not sure which boss is the best for us. Oh yeah, the good thing with this build as well, since you have the wolves can actually tank the Elias guy, the one that spawns a bunch of fireballs, right? That can sometimes, like, shotgun you and one-shot you. Well, on this build, since you have the wolves just tank it. Sometimes you lose 1 or 2 of them, but they'll spawn right away anyway. So, it's actually kinda good. And then you leave behind the Trail of Frost that you deal damage to chilled enemies. Yeah, but what stats does it even have? And I don't really want to be chilling enemies to begin with. I already do some of it because of the wolves. And it's already annoying as is, because that will just make grouping enemies even harder, you know? Yeah, our boss skill on this one was already slower. On the other one, we didn't get the ads. Getting the jeweler ads actually slows down your kill, which is normally the opposite. There we go. So we already got the better timing than the clear I uploaded. Even though we got a really bad second floor. Like Omega bad mobs. What's up, Renan? How you doing? I'm actually gonna go watch Superman today, the new film. I've been waiting so long to go watch it. Alright. So that was decent. I'm gonna go for the 102. We're gonna fish for a desert. Didn't watch it yet? Yeah. A lot of people have been liking it a lot. That's had a really good reception. Did I change this? Yeah, sharpening gizmo. By the way, the reason we're running sharpening gizmo is not necessarily for the physical damage proc. That's actually kinda low. Even though the number there is big, the number there is already with all the multipliers, right? We are mostly running it because it increases the lucky hit of this. Again, I still need to test if it's even worth it or just running something like potent alloy so I can do the spiders and skeletons. But yeah. I'm planning to go to IMAX to watch it, but I have to travel to another city 2 hours away. God damn. That's a commitment. Here where I live, since I live almost on the center of the city. I don't live in the center of the city, but like 15 minutes on foot or something. So like, I have a lot of options when it comes to cinema. Okay, why am I even running this? I'm supposed to be fishing. You fuck. Okay, entertain them. And I have a lot of public transport as well, so I can go to any of them super fast. I'm a bad friends. We're just fishing for a desert since, well, we can pull everything there. Actually, you know what? Hey, why the hell do I have all of this here? Give me a second. I'm actually gonna make the executive decision to not run the gizmo. I'd rather be able to disable the armor. Live in the countryside. Oh, dude, I'm just... my brain is just, like, defaulting to run the dungeon. I need to get into the pit fishing mentality. Here in Brazil, we have MX only on big capital cities. I think here... I live on a somewhat capital city, so... Kinda hard to say. Because I don't have experience on other cities, but I believe, like, as long as you are in a city... like one of the big cities, right? I think all of them have a couple of cinemas with IMAX. I think. Yeah, I think so. But you didn't need to go to a city. So if you do live in kind of the countryside, you still need to go to the city. But again, I live nearby the city center, so nearby-ish. I still have to walk. It's not bad, but it's not that much. Yeah. Like, especially when you're going to see, like, one of those big, like, superhero movies that has a lot of action, you do really get a lot out of IMAX, right? When it's like a normal movie that's more story-driven and stuff like that, not to say that Superman is not story-driven, like, some superhero movies do have good stories, but it's a lot about the action, right? Like, action is just so good on IMAX. Yeah, I got that. And savage. Oh yeah, oh god, voice crack. Actually, no, that was my yeah, voice crack. Anyway, I was actually, while I was editing the Whirlwind video, I actually watched the K-pop Demon Hunters. Really good. Especially if you like K-pop, right? If you don't like K-pop, maybe not as much. This was actually a good mob type, but garbage layout. They really need to touch some of these dungeon layouts. We used to call countryside any city which is not capital or main city. I mean, that's a bit weird. But, I mean, I guess Brazil is so big that it does make sense there. Like, because kind of what's a big city? It's kind of on a scale, right? So a big city for a certain country might not be a big city for another, right? Okay, we're gonna try and go... The reason I'm going for a desert is because I want to do those crazy big pulls, right? With 4+ packs. And with that in mind, let me actually enable the latency. Okay, our latency today is already not that great. So this might not work out too well. Mm. I really would like to know what people think now that they can disable the shields on the skeletons. What they think between skeleton spiders versus rogues and werewolves. Because I think one of the biggest differences is because rogues and werewolves, especially the werewolves, really chase you down. So it's much easier to pack them up. Which rune is doing less ulti time? It's not a rune. It's Rage of Argath. I have Bleed on Whirlwind and Rupture, right? So Rage of Argath just reduces the cooldown on that. I have a bunch of lucky hit as well, right? Look at that. If you're actually asking for the rune, I believe it's the Vex rune. But I'm not using that. I don't have space on the runes to even run Earthquake there. Right now I'm running Vortex and the Wolves. So Cry and say. Big São Paulo is 20 mil. That's more than my whole country. On a singular city. God damn. Jesus. You have all you needs to try Whirlwind. I would recommend getting some good like you would need the J lucky hit on the gloves, on the Fist of Fate, right? That will increase your damage a lot. The J lucky hit here and the GA chance to deal fire damage are kind of a big deal. Everything else is kind of the same importance when it comes to like having a Rameladis with a good effect, having a Rage of Argath with a good effect as well, right? Hey, what's up, Remy? How you doing? No, nothing. You'll try tonight. Nice. Dude, we're not getting any deserts. I have such a great run on a 102 that I got like even more than 6 packs pulled all together. It was so crazy, and I wanted to upload it. But we failed because the DR guys kind of logged us out. Not much? Alright, I mean, just chilling, that's fine. Where are my deserts? Yeah, we're dry on deserts. Okay. Yeah, man. You know, I'm not dead, but I got that dead blood in me, you know? Still the pop. Oh, have you guys looked at Hell Clock? It's kind of a new ARPG. Okay, it's not the fully ARPG. It's kind of an ARPG roguelike, I think. Not mistaken. It's coming out on the 27th question mark. I think so. It's coming out the next week somewhere, or this week or next week. I might actually play that one. I already checked. They do have Whirlwind. Oh yeah, in the game, if I'm not mistaken, story-wise, it's about Brazil in the 1400, 1500s. A lot, like centuries ago, basically, but. Believer. I'll run any mob type on desert, but I need a desert. This is the pit pushing truth that you don't see, you know? The dark side of pit pushing. Am I skipping what is considered a good pit? Right now, since I do want to do 4+ enemy pools, I'm just fishing for desert. I don't care about mob type too much, but I need it to be a desert. Because if it's not a desert, with the nerfs they did to leashing, it's almost impossible to get like more than 2-3 packs together. On desert, since it's not linear, you can easily get that if you know what you're doing. Okay, not easily. It's not easy to do, but you can do it. On other ones, it's basically impossible. Like for the 102, I can make a 102 happen without the desert. But more than that, I need it to be a desert. And since I'm still kind of testing, like the power, I'm just fishing for desert because that's gonna be the ideal scenario anyway. So testing another layout, it's kind of like it doesn't really matter. I really wish that they eventually implement the thing that you can just choose which you want. You give up on the rewards, you give up on the XP, you give up on everything, on all the rewards that you might get from a pit, right? You just give that all up. The glyph leveling, all of that. But you can choose the layout you want. So there's no benefit besides just pit pushing, right? Besides the glory, there's no benefit to it. Because like that way to not affect anyone, right? Anyone else playing the game, it would not affect them at all. You could even make it something that you need to go talk to a random NPC, right? To enable it so it doesn't even show to other players. And it's something that you only have there for like people pit pushing, right? Because it's kind of a niche thing, like not a lot of people in the player base use it, so making it something that's just there that no one will use anyway, like 99% of the player base will not use, like having an additional screen here, doesn't make too much sense. But like you have all of this real estate here, right? Just put two things here, like mob type on the right, layer type on the left, map type on the left, and you just select it. Honestly, it doesn't... Actually, you probably don't even need to do that NPC thing. Because it's like, it's already a space that it's not used, and then you just make a big disclaimer on top. If you enable any of these options, you do not... you forgo any rewards on the pit, right? Actually, you could even split it, right? It could be like, if you select mob type, you forgo any XP rewards. If you click on the layer type, you forgo any item rewards. Because then what you could do with that, you could kind of test what... Like, if it's someone that's not taking any rewards, right? You don't really care too much about that. That's just the pit pushers. But if it's someone, like, forgoing the XP to farm items faster, for example, or vice versa, you could actually use that data to be like, yeah, this dungeon is kind of shit. We need to maybe look at it and improve it, this dungeon layout. And on the other side, this mob type is kind of shit. People are completely foregoing it, right? To get more XP, to get items faster, right? So you could look at that. The only problem, I guess... Okay, this is a bit harder to implement. Ideally, to get those results, what you have to do is make it so, for example, let's say you have 10 dungeons. For each dungeon you disable, you lose 10% XP. Or 10%... Actually, you need to go to the mob types. Let's say you have 10 mob types. For each mob type you disable, you lose 10% XP. Right? That way you would see which ones people go out of their way to disable. And then you'd be like, yo, we need to look into this mob type. People are constantly avoiding this. The mob type is just shit. We need to look at it and improve it, right? Because right now you have nothing. Like, you don't have data for that, right? You really don't. The only data you have is people saying, oh, I hate this mob type. But something that, you know, you kind of have to learn as a game dev is that a lot of times what people say and what people feel in the game is not necessarily the same, right? This is not, by the way, this is not specific to even game dev, to be fair. A lot of times in life, people say one thing, but they don't necessarily mean it. Be it sometimes they say something hurtful, and then they're like, they don't really mean it, and it just came out, right? Or vice versa, right? That's not necessarily a game dev thing, but, you know, in game dev, it's when we deal a lot with data, you're like, oh, the data says this, so we need to do this. Sometimes it's not completely right? So having actually what people feel, because that's what people are actually deciding to do, right? It's not what you're collecting from their responses, it's actually what they do. Because that's what matters, what they actually end up doing. Not what they say they do, but what they actually end up doing. Because, like, you'll never have all the mob types to be equally as good. But if they are good enough that people don't mind it, knowing that you'll get a bit more XP, then it's fine. Right? But if people mind that much, that they are losing 10%, it doesn't need to be 10%, right? It could be whatever value they want to kind of, you know, it could be 1% even, right? It's just the least amount of percent you're losing, the less friction there is. So that there's less selection, right? Oh, actually, there's more selection, right? So you can kind of use that value there to kind of calibrate to what degree of like friction you want to go for. But again, that one is a bit harder to implement, to be fair. just having the one that completely disables it or not is much easier, right? Because it's an on and off switch. Having a scaler there makes things a bit more complicated. Because, like, this is not fun, right? Just constantly sitting here, re-rolling for a dungeon. Because, like, if the difference on a different layout was just 15 seconds, people would not be doing this, right? But when the difference is 2 to 3 plus minutes, because you got, like, for example, this layout, right? How do you group enemies with this? Right? If I try to pull these enemies over here, even a small pack, look what happens. One at a time. They are just stuck over there until one goes on the bridge. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Right? And now because that guy is ranged and is not going around. Okay. I'm clicking the wrong button. Because that guy is ranged and is not going around, this one here was just taking... all of this are stuck behind it, right? Look at that. They're just stuck there because pathfinding. That's why you don't run this map, for example, right? Really, that rune proc was a bit unfortunate. Dude, can you leave me alone? Thank you. Oh, I accidentally pulled the pack now. Just want to reset, dude. Let me reset. Okay, we wait for the pull. Nice. Now we go to the corner and we reset, hopefully. Ah. Dude, I should have just died at this point. The rune is actually trolling me. And it's pulling enemies in when I'm trying to reset. And then this one guy that's not distracted by my ancient is just not allowing me to reset. Okay, we got it this time, I think. Yeah, nice. But yeah, that thing I showed you there, it happens on all dungeons, except kind of desert because it's so open, right? The thing is, on other dungeons, since there is so much more space for them to go around, they kind of pathfind okay. But on that one, since the bridge is so small, right? Since the bridge is so small, if one gets stuck, everything else gets stuck. Right? So imagine that happens constantly. And this varies between mob types. Okay, I TP'd back to the town. Because I was talking and distracted myself. This happens, this is even worse with different mob types. So with different mob types, the getting enemies stuck is happens even more often, right? With wolves, it's actually kind of hard to do. It mostly only happens on that dungeon. But at that point, just close the game, I guess. Thanks for making this build. It's super cool to see something that is not launching strike this season. Hey, you're welcome. Hope you have fun with it if you decide to play it. I mean, you do have other... Okay, let's not talk about Mighty Throw, because Mighty Throw is a pain to play and they only play that to push pit if you want to. But you can still play like Bosch, you can play Flay. But yeah, there's not a lot. Like, even this build is not just Whirlwind, it's Lucky Hit Whirlwind, right? Whirlwind itself can actually potentially do 85, 90. Last season, it was kind of capping out at 80s. Sorry, at the 80s. But with the nerfs to pit and... With the nerfs to pit and the small buff we got on the patch, it looked like a big buff, but when it comes to pit, since it's exponential, it's actually not that big. But it's, you know, big enough to altogether to bump it up to maybe 90. I haven't played it this season, but math-wise, it should be like 85, 90. Somewhere there. Which is good, but this one lucky hit is already pushing above that, right? So... okay, I wouldn't say it's good, it's not bad. It's not necessarily good either, but... you know. About the lucky hit thing, do you think that the build could work with Wrath of Berserker? Yeah. I played the build with I was about to say Wrath of Berserker. I played the build with Wrath of Berserker before. It's actually how I started it. It doesn't have problems grouping. One of the biggest problems I have right now is grouping. With Wrath of Berserker, you completely solve that problem. The thing is, the Call of the Ancients can also proc the lucky hit for you.
This is of no use to me.
So they end up doing a bit higher pet because of that, but you can play it. You lose about, what, 5? Maybe a bit more than 5 bits if you run Wrath of Berserker. But you can play with that. You can still do bosses, like... if you actually got the... I don't know if you saw the build guide on the lucky hit. The first 2 clips, one of them is killing a boss, is with Wrath of the Berserker. Alright? It still does more than enough damage. So if you don't plan on pit pushing... and at the time, the gear I had was at most 2 Masterworks. 2 Masterwork procs on the stats I wanted, and the bad amulet. So it totally works for general content. But pushing, you didn't need to max it out a bit. I came here on the stream and subbed because I love Orland. I welcome. I actually want to see... ooh, okay, we got the... ooh, okay. Not too bad of a mob type. It is demons, but the wolves kinda make up for it. Okay, there's a pack over there. Let's make sure we got the aggro on this one back here. Good. Okay, this is a... this is kind of a weird situation because we go in here. There's a pack over there. This is gonna be really awkward to group up here. It is wolves, so I'm kind of hoping that they are not too picky when it comes to the grouping. We're basically just collecting enemies. Grouping wolves is so awkward because they go invisible, right? So I'm never sure if I actually pulled them. I think we did this time here. Yeah, I'm basically just gathering enemies till we get the proc from the jeweler guys. Until then, I'm just gathering mobs. Did I lose the ones over here? No. Ooh, it's already kind of lagging. Okay, I think we can start killing. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We run out of... ooh. Need to be careful a bit, because... I think we got into... yeah, because of my demonstration on the... okay, we got the pot somewhere there. I saw it drop. Because of my demonstration before on the bridge, I used all my pots and I forgot to talk to the guy to get more. So... we kinda run out of pots there. Now that you're actually killing some trash. Yeah, it's still laggy as hell, but I think we killed the VR guy now, yeah. Okay, it's fine. Okay, ideally we clear this with like 10 seconds for the next spawn. Okay, we got more than enough time actually. Yeah, can we... Okay, we got the pack over here. That's fine. We want to spawn the... Kinda want to spawn the jeweler guys somewhere here. Yeah. Let me just make sure we didn't... Okay. This is actually a fine pool. I'm gonna clear it. Normally, sometimes I'll just spawn the guys and go get more trash somewhere. More packs. But since one was already on a good timing, and they already had, what, 3 packs? I'm just gonna clear it. I think I killed the DR guys. Okay, we got 1 minute for the next spawn. Okay, that's the pack we pulled over there, the demon pack. Ooh, okay, that's a big guy. We might actually ignore this one. He's a wolf, so we might actually... Wait, what? Oh, actually, no. Okay, that's fine, whatever. I thought I had more time than that on the Jewel Guardians. I can make that work, though. Okay, let me just do another here. Yeah, we're gonna kill this here. It's not ideal. I was not paying attention. I thought I had more time there. I'm trying to get the rune to proc and pull them all in. Nice. Okay, where's the DR guy? I need to disable him. Okay, there we go. We got him. I'm still not sure where he is. Okay, I see it. Okay, there we go. There's this one out here, but I think there's one in the middle there. I like seeing all the numbers, but it's... it's not helpful. Okay, because of my mistake there, I might not have time to kill these guys before the next pack shows up. If that happens, I'm just gonna run off, leave my Ancients here to not lose aggro, and I'm just run off and spawn the other pack somewhere. So for example here, I'm just gonna run off. Okay, they spawn, I'm just gonna leave them there. Still have aggro on this one. I'm gonna finish this guy off. And then I just need to pull 2 packs over there with the Dual Guardians. The fact that I got this trash caught up here, it's not ideal. But I should still be able to kill this guy somewhat fast. Should be executing soon enough. Yep, okay. We got another big guy, that's not ideal. The jeweler pack is there, so... do I have anything here in the corner? Yes, I do. Oh, we actually accidentally pulled at least 2 of them. Let me just make sure we got everything. And let me pull whatever is here. Let's go. I probably don't need all of this, but it's more... I have more than enough time to finish this. So I'm just gonna go for the guaranteed kind of thing, you know? And this is... Okay. I actually didn't notice we had this much trash. This is more... way more than enough. But you know, whatever. We're gonna get some jewelers guys spawn anyway as well. I'm just standing here because there's a DR guy, but there's one over here as well, it seems. As you can see, this is clearly more than enough. I probably just needed the 2 packs, but... oh well. I didn't really lose that much time going over there. Only lost like 5, maybe 10 seconds, if that, to pull the wolves, because the wolves are really easy to pull anyway. I'm actually gonna have to kill an elite. I might need to kill an elite to actually push this. Alright. Unless I was gonna say, unless this is a really bad boss, we have more than enough time. This is kind of the worst boss. Because no ads. The reason I want ads is because early on, I will not be able to spawn the wolves. Which means the fight is more dangerous because that Elias guy, right? And I do less damage, of course. So this is kind of our worst boss to get. And I think we still got more than enough time to do it. With 4 minutes is gonna be more than enough, as long as I don't die. We got the wolves now, let's go. You just want to be able to clear pit 90 Belial and enjoy the game. Yeah, then it should be more than enough. As long as you got okay gear, it should be more than enough. What changes do you recommend for Wrath version? I mean, you drop the Cry run, right? You can run something there to increase your damage. You can even play with can you actually? I mean, yeah, I get you can play with the T-bolts instead of the Ancients potentially. The Call of the Ancients spent, right? Because one of the reasons I'm running the Ariat spent. Ooh, okay, I need to pay a bit more attention. One of the reasons I'm running the Ariat spent is not only because of the resists and the fact that it creates an earthquake. It's because they also give a... They just fixed the cooldown for Call of the Ancients, right? And I really needed to get it super low because they increased my damage. With Wrath of the Berserker, you can just run T-Bolts, run the tech rune, right? Ooh, I'm actually gonna miss the time on this. I might miss the time here. Let's actually focus. This Jewel Guardian spawning once again is just like reduces your damage, but they will spawn always. There's nothing you can do about it. They will spawn. You just need to make sure you try to cleave them as much as you can so they die fast. Right now I'm trying to execute that guy. Because I think... Yeah, there we go. 1 minute should be more than enough. Even without T-Bolts, we're more than tanky enough to face tank most of the stuff. And the things we can't is like... Look at the damage ramping up when it's actually on single target. Okay. Yeah, well, we got it. Nice. There we go. 102 done. With the bad boss. So, you know. For context, the boss here should have taken me slightly below 3 minutes. Slightly below. And it took more, it took like almost 4 minutes, right? Yeah, what I was talking about, yeah. You run the T-Volts, and then you just have to put some, you just have to masterwork resists on the ring. And get the J resist with masterwork. And you just get resists that way.
It is done.
Because the T-Bolts gives you a lot of damage if you can run it. Bum, bum. Everything is bad. Oh well. Oh, actually, I forgot to show the gear for the clear. I'll just, like, there's nothing saying I need to show it inside of the pit as long as the video is not cut, so I was just gonna show it here. Because I forgot. Yeah, let me just show for the video. The rest they can click on the build link, I guess. There we go. I just forget about showing the gear part. Ooh, that's big. That's a count bound, but I'm gonna save it because I might get some use out of that. Yeah. That's the reason the Wrath of the Berserker is even close, is because you can run T-Bolts. So, you know, you get a bit of damage there. Awesome. Yeah. Again, if I actually don't waste time on the last clear, and like I could have gotten another minute if I didn't waste that much time on the last one. Okay, maybe not a minute, maybe a bit less. And we actually get the good mob type and I pay attention to the spawns, which I completely screwed on that clear. We'll be able to push a bit more. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to get to the 105 without solving the grouping issue. Okay, with the god, let's say a god pit. It's desert, it's rogues and wolves, and it's what? Not malice. What is the, like that big demon guy? I'm forgetting his name. If you get all of that, then potentially. Without all of that, 103 is for sure doable. More than that, we'll see. More than that, we'll see. Yeah, no problem. That's kind of what I was running before. Before I was gonna say figure out, but I was not the one that figured that out. Before I was made aware that the Call of the Ancient had lucky hit, I was just playing that. But then when I was informed they had lucky hit, I just went to test it out. And even though the damage they actually give you is lower, because they can proc lucky hit, it's actually better to run them. And then I also found that this guy is the wolf's proc lucky hit. Yeah. Again, it's kind of crazy. Let me actually go here. I don't know if all of you know this. The wolves themselves can proc their own lucky hit with Ahu, as long as the target is below 85. That's why I'm running it on the... The reason I'm running it on Ahu, even though I cannot activate it on some bosses. First of all, pit pushing is all about fishing anyway, so if I get the bad boss, I get the bad boss, whatever. But one of the other reasons, it's because it's kind of the only rune I think I can proc often enough to get 10 of them out, or whatever the max is. Because let's actually... Yeah. Okay, let me actually spawn a wolf. Yeah, look at that. Okay, we got 3 of them, whatever. 4, 5. But look. Look at the rune. I'm not doing anything. They can almost instantly proc it. Look. They can almost self-sustain themselves. I think that actually got nerfed on the patch. Because I believe they could sustain themselves before. And now they can. Or maybe I need to be closer actually, because they're spawning a bit further away, maybe. Before they could self-sustain. I have that on a stream board, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Might just have been unlucky. I don't think so. Weird. Before they could. Alright. It seems like they can't right now, which is weird champ. What can you do? Did they fix the ugly bastard helm? I don't believe they did. There's nothing on the patch notes and it doesn't seem to be working. The only reason I run it on this build is because I don't care about the conversion. I'm not even running Wrathful Berserker, right? So I don't care. Is Crown Evolution better than Perdition for Lunging Strike build? To maximize damage? Yes. Is it better overall? No. Like, it really needs you to have... Because, like, you don't have a way... Especially since they now swapped the... this rune from cap 1 to cap 2. Basically, before it counted as the attack speed you get from items, now it does not. Now it counts as the attack speed you get from something like Rupture, right? Since this and like lunging builds, any basic attack build could easily get that attack speed covered just by having GA basic attack speed on the boots and on the Veracil, right? Now that the rune was changed to this, you really need to have a build that min-maxed, be it on GAs, on items, and masterwork, to even be able to run Delusions. Because without having that, you'll not have enough attack speed to hit the last cap, and you'll not even have enough crit to have 100% crit. So because of that, Perdition is just better for 99.9% of the people. It's just how it is. Like again, for the pit pushers, Yes, because they have, and me included, right? I can get that. But first of all, and okay, that's only one part of it, right? It's meeting the stat requirements to even wear the helmet. The second part is the helmet. I think I have one here. Yeah, I have one here. The helmet makes you have what? That's 30 additive with itself and then multiplicative with the others, I believe. So that's 150, right? That just completely negates the effect of Starless, for example, right? Okay, not fully. Does it actually? Yeah, it fully negates the effect of Starless. Actually, a bit more than that. Which may explain the build much worse, because with Starless and like this elixir, the drain from the boots is heavily mitigated. Early on, if you played the build without mythics, you do notice that you have some fury issues because of the boots. Once you get the Starless, those fury issues basically go away. You still have to deal with them every like 1 or 2 minutes, but it's basically non-existent. When you're playing with Lucian, you'll have to take care of that. You'll have to deal with those issues. Especially on bosses. On AoE, you don't notice as much. But on bosses, which is where you're gonna spend the most of your time, or if you're not even playing Pit, if you don't have enough density, if you're just going around the world, you don't have enough density to keep up the Fury generation for Lucians as well. That's why I don't recommend it to anyone. Even if you're Pit pushing, it doesn't. The difference it makes is not enough for a single Pit. Like, it might give you a slightly better timing. Instead of ending the pit with 1 minute left, you might end the pit with 1 minute 15 seconds left. Does that, like, if you're pit pushing, those small seconds matter, but for the general people, for general, like, players, for general player base, it doesn't matter at all. And Perdition is just much better for you to play with. Do you still need the lucky hit fire damage with Wrath of Berserk? Because it converts... You need it because, again, the damage conversion is not working. If you go on my lunging video, I believe the lunging build video, the new one, the updated one, I actually have a like 2-3 minute segment on that video actually explaining. Because it's like... A lot of things work, but the conversion doesn't work. That's the TLDR. The conversion does not work. So, yeah. That's what, the Penitent Graves? I actually need to... Let me actually look at them. Where do they drop again? Okay, let me go to the planner. It's an intrude. Oh yeah. You can't run those builds, at least not the build as it is right now. Because let's even say you get more damage. You're losing Warcry ranks and you're losing strength, and you're losing 1 point on the abilities because you have to take outbursts there, right? Let's say all of that is true, and it still does more damage. I'm losing this aspect. I'm losing the what's it called again? The Relentless Berserker. Losing that means you don't have berserking a lot of time on Overworld, and on Pit, on the boss, you lose like, you have like half of the time berserking up time. Because Warcry will not be enough. On AoE, it will be enough. On AoE, you can reset Warcry every 4 seconds, you can reset it. Right? On the boss, you're gonna be lacking berserk uptime. I already tried running the build without it. Without Relentless Berserker. and trying to use the bug we had. I tried to run a Berserk in duration, it doesn't work for some reason. I tried running the... where is it? Abilities over here. I tried to run this, the Battle Fervor. Because normally if you proc it and then you attack something, see, you got the Berserking back. But it also was not enough. Because on bosses, unless they consistently have ads, which they don't, a lot of the time you'll not have 100% uptime on Warcry. And when you don't, there's two things that happen. You become way squishier because you lose the aggressive resist, you lose the 8 ranks you have there. You become way squishier and you lose a lot of your damage. So like, unless I can fully fix the Berserking somewhere else, I can't even consider the... I can't even consider the Penitent Grips right now. That's the problem with a Whirlwind build. Whirlwind has always had a massive problem keeping up... Any Whirlwind build has always had a big problem keeping up the Warcry. The only one that didn't was the Dust Devils one. And that's because the thing I showed you, the bug I showed you right now, with Warcry actually you being able to activate... Okay, I don't have Fury right now, so I'll not be able to do it. But like the bug with Warcry actually proccing stuff there. Like proccing the additional... What's the thing called again? Proccing Battle Fervor, right? Actually worked with Tyros as well, which were running. So you got the proc from attacking something with anything. Actually, I'm saying a lie right now. What worked was that you had the aspect of the Dust Devils, the one from the shouts, and that made it that the Whirlwinds, the Dust Devils from that shout, would actually proc the Battle Fervor because they were Warcry, quote unquote. And then you also had the bug of proccing on the next attack of while you're affected by Warcry. So instead of getting 3 seconds, you got 6 seconds out of that. So you had a total of 10 seconds. Which was kind of crazy, right? But yeah, on top of... Even if it did... Even without all of these issues, it still would make grouping enemies much harder because you're constantly slowing them, right? You're constantly chilling the enemies. Which you don't kind of want, so... I actually make sure I'm not saying any... How does that work? Because, of course, I've not used this item a lot. Yeah, leave a trail of frost. Yeah. So it will make grouping a lot worse, which you already have problems with, right? So I don't really want to be doing that, unless I'm forced to. And since I have a decent alternative, I'll just rather not. Is the guy spawned? These are kind of free whispers, even if you don't PvP. Yo, who the hell is... Okay, I guess I don't get to do that. Someone just keeps killing them. I actually didn't look if I had enough time to do the whisper. Hopefully we do. It's fixed! What do you mean I got the counter? What? Do some hordes? What's your battle tag? Oh, already got you added. Cool. Ooh, some of the... Okay, good start. I'm gonna have to change the catalyst we used on the guide, because the pillar is decent. I'm still gonna mention the pillar. Actually, no, I'm not gonna change it. I'm just gonna mention that this one is an option as well. The beam is an option. Because for general gameplay, I still prefer the pillar. Because the beam, you need to actively play with it, right? And the beam is just passive. It just targets enemies. So I think I'm still gonna keep the beam. I'm still gonna keep the pillar as my option, but I'm just gonna mention the beam is also an option. Because especially for pit, for disabling the DR mobs and executing, it's not that big of a deal, but disabling the DR mobs, it's a really big deal. It's a way more consistent, but you do have to go out of your way to, you know, go to the mob and disable it. So, you know. On the lunging build, it actually doesn't matter. So I keep the beam. I keep the pillar, I mean. Because on the lunging build, since you're not a group... First of all, you have instant grouping with the Ratsa Berserker. Second of all, you're not grouping elite packs. You're just killing them on the spot because you do a bunch of damage. Oh, surging. Sorry, I'll take the surging. Surging is more rare. All good choices. God damn it. All the best choices we could have gotten there. I'm prioritizing surging over the Exalted Hordes, because surging is Omega rare, right? Exalted Hordes, we should get another. We should. Will we? You know, knowing my luck, probably not. But we should be able to. Yeah. Sorry, Nova, I kind of skipped your comment there. You didn't know about the Berserker, yeah? I mean, unless you know people that are talking about it, there's nothing indicating that it doesn't work. Because it looks like it works, but it only works on the first time, and then it doesn't work anymore. Because basically, it stops working. Ooh, we got it. Okay, our luck is good today. Okay, this is probably gonna be a big run. Because, like, early on, when you don't have enough uptime on Wrath of the Berserker, you will not notice it. Because the bug happens when you cast Wrath of the Berserker while you already have one. Right? Or while you already have the buff up. That's when the bug happens. So early on, when you don't have good gear, you'll not notice it, because rarely, if ever, you're gonna be proccing the Wrath of the Berserker while you already have one going on. But once you start getting better gear and better masterworks, you'll start noticing it. That your damage just goes down after the first 10 seconds. Another Exalted Horde. It's actually quite good for wave 6, 400 already. Yeah, let me out of my prison. Should get maybe 2 more procs if we're lucky. I guess not. Right. That's fine. I guess... sure. Whatever, they just die instantly anyway. We have to take a Masses node anyway, so... You just don't want the actual Lord's one. That one is really bad if I have a good Elborn run going. Because it takes away from their spawns, right? This one is fine. Not ideal, I'd prefer another modifier, but hey. Oh yeah, one thing I do need to test out is to actually get a mace with wall up. Ooh, surging again. Huge, okay. Cause in my head, it doesn't make sense that a mace with lucky hit gives you more damage over a mace with wall up. The one-handed. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But, like, it masks out better. Maybe I'm just doing math wrong, you know? That's possible. Alright. Marks out the hordes, I guess. We're gonna get 1000, but since we didn't get anything, any of the other Elborn modifiers or Surging Elite, we're not gonna get much more than that. Still quite a fine run. Might still get 1100 maybe. Ultimately, it will depend on the spawns. If I get really lucky spawns, right? Exalted Hordes, god. Okay. You have 4 Exalted Hordes. Remember when I said, no, in my luck, we're not gonna get more? This is how my luck goes. Either you get 1 or 2, or you get 0, or you get 6 of them in a single run. There is no in between, alright? Like, there's just... I need to rupture something. Thank you. No, we didn't get a lot of reborn spawns on that last one. Oh well.
It is done.
Sure, let's take amulets. Ah, dude, I got the max roll on this one, this season. It was the wrong season, so it only sold for like 20 bill. If it was the last season, it would have sold for a lot more. I'll run one more of this. Since we already have the elixirs going anyway. Run one more, and then we're gonna do some of the other world quests that we need to finish. Not world quests, so whispers. Dude, I still call them world quests because of WoW. Yeah, talking about WoW, I really want to play the new raid. I still haven't played that. The Goblin one? It should already be, yeah, it's already in. Nice. I haven't touched this WoW expansion. I played it for the first month and a half, maybe. And then I haven't touched it. I think my problem is that if it's an MMO, either I'm like full on onto it, I can't have it as a second game that I play, you know? Like either I'm fully dedicated to that MMO or I'm not. Which is not necessarily healthy, but... Oof. I guess. Which one was the first again? Hellfire. Alright. I really wish they make the hordes, because for those that don't know, next season they're gonna be updating hordes. That's what they had on their roadmap, right? Hopefully, I hope they update it to be the what's it called again? I'm forgetting the name. Like Slay the Spire and stuff like that, you know? I just said that word like 30 minutes ago or something. Self-delete, nice. Whatever, that type of game, right? The Slay the Spire and stuff like that. I hope it becomes they are able to make it that game, because when it started, it kind of looked like that, but then it didn't become that. Roguelike. Yes, roguelike. That's what I was missing. Like, it looked like it could become kind of a roguelike-ish. Of course, it was not going to be a full-blown roguelike, because you're not starting a character from zero, right? But like the run itself, right? It kind of is, in a way, but not full-on. It's like a really budget roguelike, if you can call it that, even. I really wish they double down on that and make it even better. Make it have an infinite mode even. That would be cool. Ooh, searching. Oh, no, we have to take searching. Searching is much more important than Summon Hellborn. Surging itself, just by having a couple elite modifiers, will give you a 1000 run. If you can get the Hellborns on top of it, awesome. But I'm never taking it over the Surging. I'll even take Surging Elite over Surging Hellborn. It's just that good. You don't take this one unless you already have the Hellborn, so we're just going for the Timmy Masses. Yeah. Yeah, roguelike. I'll have to look into that Hellborn game I was talking about earlier as well, because I will almost for sure stream it. because I'll be playing it anyway, and I think it's a game that people that watch my streams would enjoy as well. It does have Whirlwind, by the way. I have confirmed that Whirlwind is in the game. But I'm still wondering if I'm gonna make videos on it or not. Because if it is a roguelike, it just depends how much of a roguelike it is, I guess. Like the best, like on roguelikes. Ooh, some of them are nice. Okay, this is a great run. On roguelikes, there's no such thing as a build guide. Right? You can make a video talking about the best modifiers and stuff like that. But like, there's no such thing as a build guide. You can make videos about clears and, you know. Which is like, it's kind of how you learn it. I still remember learning like the arena mode on Hearthstone, right? I still remember watching videos of Crit clearing the arena and learning from them. So that's still a way for people to learn how to play it, but you can't tell them go make this, right? Because like they could just not get it at all, right? So I don't know. I'll have to see if I want to make videos about it or not. I also need to check the price for the game. It's up to leave. No. I'm assuming it's gonna be between 10 and 20 euros. I could be wrong. If it's 10 to 20 euros, I'll for sure play it. If it, for some reason, is like 70, then probably not. Unless I get a key or something. Surging. Okay, this started not as that great of a run, but ever since we got the surging, it's going well. We have bosses, we have elites, we have hellborns, we have a bit of everything. I'm thinking after we roll into it, think it's too expensive to swap from lodging. Not too expensive now, because we use, for example, Rama, which is a big expense on your build. Getting a good Rama, it shouldn't be too expensive to get the, because you use the same Rama, right? So that part is already paid off. We also use the Rage of Argath, so there's that. The only thing that might be expensive on the build, oh yeah, and because of the bug, getting a decent ugly bastard should be super easy, right? Especially since it's a lucky hit, a GA, it should be super easy. The only item that might be a bit expensive, I mean, it's just Hellborn, right? Surely. The only item that might be a bit expensive is getting a Fist of Fate, a decent one. You only need GA lucky hit, alright? You don't need GA attack speed and crit, but you want those with a good roll, and you want a 300% if you can. A 290 to 295 is fine as well, alright? Yeah. Do you have a planner for what version? What I'm playing right now? Yeah, exclamation builds. The one in the title of the stream. Okay, we finished this. I can type this out. Yeah, that one. I was about to type it as well. I have the lunging there, and they have the whirlwind one. Ooh, we almost got 1,100. Alright, good run. Okay, the YouTube side stopped giving me chat. When do I think they'll fix the ugly bastard? I was expecting them to fix it on the last patch. So... yeah, no problem. What the hell? I just got the message on YouTube on the stream that you guys can see, but I'm not getting it on the actual YouTube. What? That's weird. But they again, I was expecting it to be fixed this patch. It wasn't fixed. I don't know when the next patch will be, so we'll see. And will we comfortably surpass 105, 110? Lunging can do 105. I can use my build and go do 105 right now. Will most people be able to do 105 now? Most people will be able to do 100. 105 now. And when it comes to pits, Mighty Throw can clear 110. Not everyone will be able to do it. And I don't advise anyone to play that build anyway, because it's cancer as hell to play. Sorry for the word, I guess, but like, it's really bad to play. Like, extremely, it doesn't feel good at all to play. So, I won't advise anyone to play it, but you do you, if you like it. But even for people that like Mighty Throw, like, that's... it's actually so bad to play with that I still would not advise anyone to do
I'll
it.
keep my forge hot. Return soon.
But technically, Varp has cleared 110 with that. You have one OJ like a hit? Nice.
Use it well.
Okay. Will I get this Whisper? I don't think I'll be clearing more Mars. I don't think I'll be clearing more Infernal Hordes unless there's a Whisper there. I don't think I'll be clearing more, so... no boss! Dude, what? Who the fuck keeps killing the PvP boss? I just want my Whispers, dude. What? We got the other one. Yeah, GG's. If you're still on the stream and there's a Whisper and I go do it, just request to join. Like... yo. There we go. This guy was slow to kill it. Look at me. And now I can go here. And this is how you get, in like a minute, you get like 8 free Whispers. Not free, but... there is hope after they fix the down helmet. I mean, the good thing with Ugly Bastard is that it's much easier for you to get than a Perdition, right? Ugly Bastard is slightly, and I mean actually right now after the patch, before the patch, when this gem was actually attack speed 1, Ugly Bastard was actually better. After the patch, now, basically now, right? Even if they fix Ugly Bastard, Perdition should still be better because it's much easier for you to get the crit and attack speed you need. Because you get so much crit there that you can just fully focus on attack speed on the rings, right? So right now, even if it gets fixed, you would still use it, right? You'd still use it for before you got the Perdition. But after you got the Perdition, you just run the Perdition. Did I get everything? No. Let's go get that one. So even if they fix it now, you would not run it if you have a Perdition. Because the thing is, before, it gave you better uptime on Wrath of the Berserker. Right? And it gave you more tankiness because of the aggressive ranks, right? And also some Fury generation, which was not that big of a deal, but it was nice. And it gave you the same multiplier, supposedly. Right now, since you don't have the attack speed on the Jewel and you need to make up for it somewhere, Perdition will just be better because of that. Because before you didn't actually need the crit to crit cap, because you're running Rage of Argath anyway. So by just GAing crit on the Argath and GAing crit on the Starless, you could just cap crit super easily. Now you can't do that because you also need to masterwork the attack speed. Oh, BRB. If they fix it, it would help our build a bit.
It is done.
Because on our build right now, even if I wanted to... I actually have this here, right? Because I tested it out. If you want to run an Azurath on our build, you just can't. Because Ugly Bastard is just so good for the Locate Fire proc that you either have to pick Azurath or Ugly Bastard. You can't have both, right? So I'm gonna have to... whatever. You can't have both, right? So, Ugly Bastard is just the way. If they fix it, it will make gearing much easier because you don't have to get the fire damage proc. You can get the physical or the electric, not electric, whatever the other, the lightning, right? You can get the lightning or the physical proc as well, and it will just get converted. So it will make gearing much easier for us, the temper specifically. And it will potentially allow us to run Azurath. I'm not sure if it would be better, but at least you have the option, which is nice, right? Right now it's not even an option, you just can't run Azurath. Because it wouldn't work with the helmet. Okay. It would make gearing better if you play Wrath of Berserker, sorry. Not on this version of the build, but if you play with Wrath of Berserker. Which is more comfy to play, to be fair, I guess. You could potentially... And then what would happen is that you'd actually have to consider either playing with Ancient or playing with Wrath of Berserker because it allows you... Let's go check the amulets. Because it allows you to play with Azurath. Right? That would be interesting, I guess. But right now, you just don't even get to make that choice. I would imagine it's not a priority issue. It might just end up getting fixed next season kind of thing, you know? Because it's not the big issue. Barbarian is not a class that's being played a lot this season, right? And it's not the game-breaking issue. So unless someone can just take a look at it and quickly fix it, I wouldn't expect it to be fixed this season. Or at least early. Whatever early would be, I guess, but you know. Oh, where am I going here? I need a... Oh no, I can go to this one. It's a ring, right? Where's my music? YouTube. Ooh, money. Yeah. I love, because like, it makes, okay. Play bet with me here, right? 10.5 here. 18 point something here, right? Let's, you know, sum this up. It would be what? 28.7. Let's say 28.7 thousand, right? How the hell does this one give you more damage over a 30% molt, which you'd get from 6 ranks of Wallop, right? Because like 30% of 28.7 would be what? 7k? More or less 7k, right? So it should be more than this. But it's okay, it's not the 30% necessarily, because it's a 30% on top of 15 that you already have from the 3 points you already have on the tree. So it's actually a bit less than that. I guess that's why. Like in my head it doesn't make sense, but that's why. Right? Because they already have a molt. It's not the new molt. It's adding on top of an existing molt, and that's why. It's still weird, you know?
What's left, you ask?
Ooh, let's do a quick bet. Let's do an 80. An 80 should be fast.
This place is unsettling.
I'll think I'll add I'll have to think about it. I might just add the Wrath of Berserker version for those that want to play with it, because it still works. Because, for example, Wrath of Berserker version I think would farm this better. Because there's a lot less ramping up, you know? And it's mobile. With the Ancients, you still stop to cast them, right? Like, you still stop a bit there to cast. So I might still put it up, because I think a lot of people would prefer that version anyway. Like we were talking about in chat already today. We'll see. The only problem is that we already have the pure whirlwind there, so it would bloat a bit more. Last season I did put the berserking one because that one had a lot of people interested in. Like a lot. And it was only like 1 or 2 pits less than the actual build. So it didn't matter too much. I'll have to talk to Snail about that. We'll see. What's that? That's not an aspect people are using. Let's go kill Zir, I guess. It is my bird. Yeah, where's my... I couldn't target him for the Roacher for some reason. Right. We have a lot of resources for him. Kinda, so let's kill 4 more, I guess. And I'll just kill enough to have a full inventory, and then I go out. If I have a lot of materials, which we do for Zir anyway.
You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
Just the beginning, guys. It's not like killing him for real is any harder, you know? One more. got him. Got any good whispers going on? I wish these guys would stop spawning when you're actually not in combat, but oh well.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return
Dun,
soon.
dun, dun. Alright, let's just get the... We have one with wisdom. Yes, I do. Let's do that one. This one is bugged still. For example, that obsidian mine modifier is still bugged. It still has not been fixed. Yeah?
I hope whatever's here puts up a good fight.
No, it's not... Ugly Bastard is not the only thing not getting fixed. You know, that's not... Yo, I was so deep into the wall that I could barely click it.
It's locked.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. I still don't know what the percentage is for those guys for an elite to spawn whenever you open one of those small chests. And they do have an animation, so it's not like super efficient to farm those anyway. Because like you open the chest and then 5 seconds later the elite spawns. What am I missing? Sling an enforcer over yonder. Oh, here. Over here. Yes. Yeah. There we go. Obel's Reserve, let's go. Do I have space for them? Maybe. You get like 1,000 something per dungeon. Wait, Doggo. Oh, Doggo is dead. Unlucky. Oh yeah, I need to go look around for the obols. Ooh, okay. We'll have to kind of almost full clear the dungeon, I guess. Alright. That's an event, we don't care. Here we go, another obol chest. Nom nom nom. Edge. I might still have one chest on this layer. The rest of this dungeon is somewhat linear. Okay, we're good. Okay, not necessarily linear, but you need to go across all of it anyway, because you need to kill all these enemies, right?
Impressive. Unfortunately.
Weird. That guy should have been pulled to the other ones. Ooh, another elite, that's fun. The amount of chests you get, either I'm somewhat blind or it's just not the same between dungeons, right? Kind of random the amount of them you do get. We got another wisdom. I might have... Yeah, I should reset on the start of this dungeon, go and sell everything. That
I'll
might
keep
sell,
my full
actually.
chart. Return soon.
I don't have space. Better
than starting starting from nothing.
Because I just don't have anything I want to buy besides maybe a Shard of Veracial for the lunging build. Like I'm not even sure if I want to go back to the lunging build just to clear a higher pit, just cause, you know. Another shot. Nice. I'm still gonna clear around because there's a bunch of elites, so... Wait, what? Huh. Oh, it's around this way, okay. I knew this usually loop. So I was a bit confused on that one, but... It loops the other way, you know? An event over here? No, just a couple of elites. Riches of materials. They're good. Actually, I don't think I've seen this modifier after the buff to the material drop, so... I'm just gonna kill the boss and get the hell away to see if the drops are good or not. I guess my pet will still collect them.
Let's savor it while it lasts.
Let's see.
Until next time.
Did we get any of the souls? I couldn't see. Yo guys, give me a second. Okay, it was just the friends trying to confirm the... Oh, the cinema for today. I'm gonna go watch Superman, finally. Yes. I've been dying to watch that movie, but I kinda wanted to go with friends, so I had to wait till they could. Oh, they have a lot of Urvar? Ah, yes, we do have a good amount. Oh, okay, that almost was unlucky. By the way, if you guys want to farm boss efficiently, if you're doing them solo, you should open the box, start the ritual again, and then go collect your items while the summoning ritual is happening, you know? Like, this doesn't matter if you're just killing the boss a couple of times, but when you're killing the boss for the, like, 1000th time a season, it starts, you know, it starts stacking up. If you're just killing them a couple of times, that doesn't matter, but... And they kill it so much as I do, you need to start optimizing the kill times, you know?
They were nothing. Did you
That was a weird spawn, because I don't have
easy?
space for the items, but oh well. Get them, boys. Ah.
You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
Okay, I need to take the PGA boots. Is that good? Wait, is that the GA 100? I actually got the perfect pair of this one. I didn't get a lot of 4GAs this season. The ones I did get this one, which was really a really good one. But the other ones... Look at this. Not here. 4GA God Slayer. I don't think any build is actually running this, right? A 4GA 100 steps. All of this max roll, by the way. Max roll on the aspect. And the 4GA temerity, max roll as well. If only those were good items, you know? If only.
What's left, you ask?
The God Crown, some build might actually potentially run it. Maybe.
It is done.
I don't need amulets. Especially if I can trade them. I'm just gonna take the gem fragments.
Better than starting from nothing.
Add some extra that I used to show on the video. I really do not like that they now give you a full gem and you need to come here and disenchant it. I wish it just dropped more. Oh well. It's just extra work, you know? Yo guys, I got... how much do I have? 500 erratic file. Surely, this will give me more... Like, it will give me more than a whole rank in here, right? I can't even convert all of it. Okay, we got all of it. Yeah. We are missing like 30 from the next level. We got 50. 50,000. Oh god, that's so bad actually. Apparently last season the conversion was so good that this season they just got super scared and nerfed it so much that it basically is useless now.
What's still got some good in it?
Do I have Alright guys, if you do have rapport, you can actually get a good amount above the site and souls. That voice is Ado 1,000,000%, yeah. Yo, you are 100% correct. It is Ado. This one is the Usewa. Anyway, guys, you can come here to this girl, right? Not just gear that they sell. You should check for aspects anyway. But you get the salvage cache of materials. This gives you, what, like 40 souls or something? 23 actually, a bit less. Amount T4? Yes. And then you also have the souls, you might not need it. It was... Yo, huge! Actually, not that big of a deal, no one buys this. If this was like a 200 mace, then maybe. I'm gonna buy it, it's cheap. And it could be an upgrade for me, but... I was just playing that up, to be fair. The materials you might not want anymore, it was a lot more useful before the buff. But we also have... Is it just not gonna show up? I didn't look at the aspect there, it could have been a good aspect. Yo. Okay, I'm being trolled right now. Okay, there we go. There's the master working one. It's not this rare, okay? It's as rare as the salvage one. But I've been just getting unlucky. There we go, another one. Oh, I can't buy it. I don't have enough. It gives you 750 and a couple of bubbles, which is really good. So if you need obols, you can, and you have a lot of that thing from the traders, you can just go there.
I hope the inn has something to warm me up.
That's actually good. For me. It probably will not sell, but... Do I try and sell it or do I just use it? Because like, the likelihood of breaking it is really high. So like, Okay, no, this is the... Okay, not here, actually. Oh. A bunch of trash... Not trash, this is actually good items. But... Like, my problem is that I can sell them, get gold cap, trade for runes, sell them again, trade for more runes. It's just a pain in the ass. You know? If only there was an auction house and there wasn't a 90 million gold cap. Oh, that's max roll strength with the GA frenzy. That will sell. Honestly, I prefer to... Okay, whatever. I prefer to roll on pants than amulets this season. Because if you get lunging... For example, this is a really great one. It's not GA lunging, but you got the lunging, you got the... This is already a... This is a pants that you'd use, right? It's not the big one, but I can just sell this to someone, they just change the aspect and they use it, right? You can get lunging ranks, you can get bash ranks, and you can get Flay. Wait, was that Flay or was it Frenzy? It was Frenzy. Frenzy actually don't sell that well. If you get Flay, they will sell.
Give it a go.
Frenzy, eh.
Vassal's ghost. Hello, shining beauty.
I don't think a lot of people are actually playing it, so... That's not a good... It has lunging, but not good stats, so we're just gonna skip it.
Does it well.
And you can get 4 times more pen than Amulet.
Too bad, friend.
Do not have any more whispers. Alright. We go for dungeons, I guess. Go for the strong room. Yeah, depends. Like, you can easily get a couple of, like, items that will sell for, you know, around 10 billion. Amulet, you either get GA Strength, which will sell for, like, a bill. Or you get GA Strength with a passive that will sell for a bunch of gold. Probably more than gold cap. But the chance of that happening is so low, while the chance of you getting a plus 4 to basic skill is much more common. Not only can you roll more of it, it's just more common than getting a passive on the amulet. This has no business being a white modifier, by the way. That's too good. I think this dungeon is that one that has 2 versions of this, right? And on the next one you can easily just run all the way back, not mistaken. That's actually true. Let's see, let's see. I'm fairly certain it is. Yeah, okay, we got the next one. You have to get the key of something right here. Yeah, the mage key, there we go. And this one, for example, here is another portal, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. See? If you take it, you go to the other side of the dungeon. You actually just...
Quite the challenge, eh?
Because, like, if you take that wrong turn there, and you actually go, you see the portal, you're like, oh, this is the exit, right? Let me click that. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, wait. Elites of the site, free. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, the site mine doesn't work, sadly. I think this is just a rush to the end on this one. I'll still get the loot, but... Why did enemies spawn back there? No, mob site! Yoink. Strong room, let's go. I'm not sure if I'm gonna shift the chests for the topaz. If it was ruby, maybe I would. I might just open the ones I see along the way and whatever. Oh, this is the one. This dungeon is actually a fast dungeon if you kinda know where you're going. Last time I said this, I got lost on it though. Oh, fair warning. Because last time it had a weird generation. Not the weird generation, it just had an event. So the generation of the dungeon was not usual because it had an event, so it couldn't go that direction. I believe. I genere. I genere. Okay, so. Ooh. Yes. You go ahead, then you go down here in a second. I don't have space. Oh well.
Gold. So
And now here we should go down. We go up. Ooh, wait, just. Should be up here, right? Okay, this was where I got confused last time, but I think you go down and you go up again. Yeah. There we go. Did it? I can't remember. I don't think it connected over there, right? Okay, I think I might be getting confused by the last clear I did. I'm fairly sure it doesn't connect there. Maybe that's the shortcut you have to take, and my brain is fried because of the last one completely threw me off, you know? Maybe. Been good? Good aspects? No? Oh! Not again! No! Why? The other one! Why? Oh, this is on the... Okay. The reason I'm so distraught about it, alright? Is because this season, this is worth nothing. Last season, the season before, where Leapquake was really good, this was so hard for you to get your hands on, getting a maxed out giant stride, because the aspect itself is rare. This aspect and the bolt shiften one is really rare for you to get. And on top of that, getting a maxed out one is extremely rare. And I got two this season, where it doesn't matter. Ah, fuck, that freaking sucked.
How shall I guide my hammer?
And I almost got the maxed out bolt shiftens this season, so I got to 29. Not that it matters. Bolt shifting only like 24 is good enough anyway, because that's the point at which you get the 70% just from hitting 3 enemies. God damn, did that. Could have been so good, but it's the wrong freaking season.
How I've dreamed of this moment. Let us fight. That's the ferocity I remember. How sweet the pain of destruction. Until next time.
I think I might just give it to a guy that's pushing with Leap right now. If he doesn't have it, I'll just give it to him. I can't be bothered, like... Wrong helmet. Did I get the boots as well? I got another... Didn't I have another 2GA? I guess not. Any good whispers? I don't really feel like the... Anyway, it's 7. I think I'm gonna end the stream here for today. I still need to go through the comments on the Whirlwind video, and then I have to go to the cinema, so I need to prepare. So I'm taking a, I could probably ignore the comments for another day, but I kind of want to, like, I don't really like doing that. So we're gonna go read the comments, answer them, and then I'm gonna prepare for the cinema. So see you guys tomorrow at 4 GMT. All right, it's on the channel. As always, you can join Discord to get notified when I do go live, and I just mistyped Discord completely. Here, there we go. Bam. For the YouTube side, see you guys tomorrow. I can send you guys anywhere. So bye-bye. Rest of a good day. Bye-bye, guys. Bye. I'll upload the 102 if you haven't seen it. I'll upload it probably today before I go to the cinema if I can. So bye-bye, guys. Watch out for that. Bye-bye. On the Twitch side, I will be sending you guys to